Hi, I'm John LaFlamboy from Zombie Army Productions, and we're at Statesville Haunted Prison. And you should be on HauntersDigest.com. Get inside the industry. The history of Statesville Haunted Prison is that, back in '96, Paul Siegel, who is the farmer of the property, the owner of the property, Paul's family, they've farmed this property for over 100 years. And so what Paul decided one day was to do like a haunted hayride out in the cornfields and tell the story about how the prisoners used to escape and hide out in the cornfield. He actually had prisoners hiding in his cornfield, because it's just on the other side of the street that there lies the maximum security prison, Statesville Penitentiary. And it's the real deal, man. I mean, that's where John Wayne Gacy was, Richard Speck, and we're talking about a real scary place. I mean, this is all fantasy and fun. That place is terrifying. And then I had graduated college, Southern Illinois University, and had written a thesis on how I thought theater companies could really produce an interactive new type of haunted house. And I met Paul for lunch one day, showed him what I wanted to do. He showed me the building, and I have been producing, directing, designing, living in this building since 1998. When we started, it was a small crew of me and a couple of my college friends and maybe 12 volunteer actors, a couple high school kids. And today we are 176 actors, over 30 managers, and that is just inside the actual building. So we're 200 strong right now to run a night here. My typical day, I drive an hour to get in. I live on the north side of Chicago. Get in, I do all my phone calls on the way, get all that taken care of. I also do the social networking, social media, so then I'll spend an hour, because I also make the videos, the photos, build all that content to deliver out there. So I go straight to my office, make sure all of our social media is taken care of, it's up. Anything that I didn't already do at home, because I spend 2 hours at home before I ever leave working on the haunt. Get here and I'll check in right away with my stage managers. Like, are we missing anyone? Is anyone sick? Did anyone get hurt last night? So I'll check in with all of them. We'll make some casting decisions because, of course, we're gonna have some issues. Like, we have a pink eye problem right now. So, and the actor wanted to come in with pink eye. We're like, you're not coming in with pink eye. You stay home with pink eye. So we make those adjustments, me and the stage managers. The actor shows up, everybody shows up at around 4:30. Some of the actors are so dedicated, they show up at 1 in the afternoon. But they show up, they check in with the stage manager, they get their position for the night, they sign in for the night. Stage manager tells them, this is your spot. So they go straight to costumes. They get their costume from our costumer. They go up the stairs, they get made up. Every makeup artist is responsible for the certain positions, certain roles. So that way we have quality assurance in the makeup. Then as all the actors are getting ready and they're getting done, right around 5:30 we have a manager's meeting where every manager gets together in a circle. We talk about any concerns we have. So all of our departments are every single day interacting with each other before we start the show. So we can address anything and warn each other about things that we might be experiencing problems with. Like if we got a new actor in a spot or a prop broke from the night before and we're working on it up until the hour we start the show. So that gets us to 6 o'clock. I go back into my office. I do more social media, release more videos, more photos, and then I get in costume. I got about 20 minutes to get my costume on. Once everybody is in position and ready, I will call everyone to the pit. The pit is like, it's our warm-up area. It's our moment to leave everything behind. It's our moment to leave our family baggage, our school baggage, our work baggage, leave it all behind. Once you enter the pit, the show has begun, and you enter as a character. And then we do our warm-ups. We do, we play music to get everyone on the same rhythm, same beat. I usually give notes, and it's very much this kind of this energetic, let's get together. This is about to happen. So it's my rile-up speech. To me, it's some of the most fun we do all night long, and the customers never see it.
Listen up. We got people down. They're sick. We're missing some key people tonight. Does that mean we're going to be less of a show? Hell no! Because we're going to dig in deep. And we're going to make sure we finish this night. And we are going to leave everything on the floor. Do you know what that means? Hell yeah! Everything, guys. It's a long-ass night. So when you're on your break, remember, we might be short-handed in there, and we need you to hustle back and help your teammates in that room. Is that clear? Hell yeah! Now, we're going to be running fast tonight. Those people in the parking lot have been there since 6 p.m. The line already goes all the way back to the trees. And they are here to see you. They're here to see Statesville. They're here to see what everybody has been screaming about. They're here to see what you guys can do in this box of hell we got here tonight. Are you ready to show them that? Hell yeah! It's about the acting. It's about the work you do inside these walls, day in and day out. You never back down. You show me something new every day. You take what we learned in those classes a month ago, and you build things. You build big, beautiful, terrifying, disturbing, disgusting things. And guys, it is you they're talking about. It is you they're telling stories about. And tonight, we get to do our show, do our brand of hell for a whole goddamn lot of people. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Let's go! Pizza! 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 Pizza!
Yeah, I mean, once the sun goes down, we're switching shows over. The family-friendly thing is gone. And it's, we always call it like the Statesville Rock Show is about to begin. Because the front of our house, it's different. It's a different vibe than most haunted houses. We're not doing that kind of creepy, old school, haunted sounds. We start with a bang. We got a big 50 cal gun shooting fire out of it and icon characters that flood the outside. We start this show like a rock show, and we try to carry that kind of energy all the way through. It's an intense, aggressive, in-your-face style of show.
Let's go, meet guys. Come on, follow me in. Let's go. Let's go. You're right here.
Forward two. Face forward.
Welcome, Statesville. The prisoners have rioted. The darkness has taken over. And I am your warden. Behind these doors, a collection of crimes too great to imagine.
Keep moving, let's go! Let's go! Come on up here, sweetheart! Come on up here and join the party! No lights of any kind, no cell phones, no flashlights, and no lighters. In case of any kind of emergency, keep it to yourself. Are you ready? First row, let's go.
Well, square footage is great. Here at Statesville, we always say, you know, our competition designs in square feet, we design in square inches. Every single inch is important to us. I mean, when you are designing a haunt, and you know, I got great advice from Sydney Neal years ago, and this is after we had already, you know, made it further down the road, and we were already doing big numbers, but when she said it, it made so much sense, and I wish I had heard it when I started. Don't design the haunt you need to get through this year with. Design the haunt that you want to have in 10 years. And that's looking at the building that you have, the infrastructure that you have, the parking that you have. You know, where do you want to be in 10 years? And here at Statesville is very much a learning experience for us. I mean, honestly, we were right out of college. We're learning as we went. And once we got to those big numbers, everything was new to us as to how do you process a lot of people without doing it like a cattle line. You know, how do you move thousands through your doors and still keep it interesting and fun and still make the audience feel like they're inside this personal experience without running into the group in front and the group behind. So to me, it's all math. Do the math. You know, look at your square inches and how many people can you fit in that room and how long are they going to be in that room? You know, we always say Statesville is a machine, and every room and every prop and every light and every actor is a gear in that machine that is supposed to process the meat and move them through the building, because this is all math. You know, it's business. We got to move a lot of people to be able to do this kind of show.
In case of any kind of emergency, let one of the prisoners in the back know, and they will escort you out. Is that clear? Let's go.
Hurry up and get it out, baby boy! This ain't no damn thing, let's go! Let's go! Hurry up, baby boy! You wanna tickle my little rat? Come on, I know you wanna tickle my little rat. Come on, tickle them. They want.
I tell you what, you know, one thing we definitely do is we call ourselves a pro haunt. If you come and you work for us, you're getting paid. Even if you're a high school intern, we give you money to show up. We used to have volunteers, and I think everybody did. I think every haunt at one point had volunteers, but you get what you paid for. And when you got a busy Saturday night, and you got a ton of people out there in that tent wanting to come in, and you only have half the actors because your volunteers did not volunteer that night, you're not a pro haunt anymore. You were not responsible to deliver the caliber of show that you promised you would. So the first thing I say is get to a pro level as quickly as you can. Pay your people, have contracts, so you have a dependable show every single night. And you know what I'm looking for in those actors? You know, we have auditions, and in those auditions, I'm not looking for a scary person. I'm not looking for a badass. I'm looking for someone that has no problem being ridiculous. Because if you take away the building and the lights and the costumes and the makeup, and you just look at what we're doing, we all look really, really ridiculous. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a group that'll come in and I can throw them improv suggestions, and they don't care how they look. They just do it. They have fun with it. You know, we're stuck in a building for a month with each other. These better be fun people so that we enjoy ourselves. But more than that, they better be fun for the audience. You know, they better be willing to go with every crazy suggestion I throw at them. And that's, I think, one of the great things about Statesville is you have a core acting group of 176 people who are constantly evolving the show. They're constantly getting better. They're constantly finding new ways to make an audience scream or make an audience laugh. So I'm looking for fun people. I like to surround myself with fun people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, come fly with me. Let's fly away. Come on down here. Come on down into the shower. Me, Daddy, clean.
you know, as an actor, because that's my trade. I went to school to be an actor. That's what I do when I'm not doing this. But as an actor, I always start in a place where I want to empower the actor. I do not believe props are scary. I do not believe beautiful sets are scary. People are scary, and people who are trained to hunt you in the dark are even scarier. So I start from a place of empowering the actor. How can I make that actor more terrifying, more interesting, more entertaining? I start there. Now, we have such a great storyline here and such a great concept with this place that a lot of the other parts just always kind of fall into position as to the rooms. Like, for example, the Clown Doctor is my new room this year. And it just happens to be, I have a space in between the Maniac Ward and the Clown Room. And so I played with, you know, what would be there in this prison? What would be in between the Maniacs and the Clowns? And I came up with this idea that it would be a doctor that turns maniacs into clowns. Literally taking my transition, and coming up with that character. And for us, that's a lot of the fun part too. You know, it's like you find a great idea, a great concept, or a great character, and then you really just play with all of it. And as long as you have a concept, you know, as long as you know this is the kind of show we're looking to do, these are our goals. A lot of that other stuff is pretty easy. You know, it's a difference between doing a haunt with a concept and a storyline than doing a haunt that's more of like a collage. You know, you're in an Egyptian tomb, and then you're in an attic, and then you're in the swamp. Here, you're always in Statesville. So that kind of helps. I think that helps us a lot. When it comes to the actual design process, you know, when it comes to actually saying, okay, like for example, you know, we've got this new room, and we've got the Warden's room, which are new this year, and the Clown Doctor, and the new cells behind. And a lot of that is, yes, we travel, we see other haunts, we study, we do all that. That helps us out with the detail, like that helps us out with maybe, you know, talking about a new texture for a wall. It helps us out with like, oh, let's do DMX lighting instead of regular lighting. Sure. But when it comes to the actual space, for me, I learn the most about this by watching my customers. You know, and that's one of the reasons I'm in costume every night, going through this haunt, because I can direct my actors, I could be there on the floor with them, I could be doing the job with them, and at the same time I can watch the audience reaction. To know that when a room is, maybe the ceilings are too high, I'm not getting the scares I need, or maybe when the lights are too low, I'm not getting that full depth of view. So a lot of it is the designing is happening in these spaces. I'm inspired by the space. And that's where I get a lot of the ideas. You know, that's where I get a lot of my new designs, is by literally working in the haunt as an actor all year. I learn from my own audience.
Let's go, Jennifer. Come in. Come in. Let's go. We don't got a lot of time here, but get out.
No, exactly that. I mean, I always hire about 15% overhire. So that first weekend, we're always jam-packed in this building. But you know, you're going to get people that thought that they could just come into a haunted house and they're going to jump out and they're going to have fun, and that was it. You know, until they're hit by thousands of people in a night. And then they see what serious work this is. And yes, you have dropouts. You have people say, nope, I was wrong, I can't do this. Or you have people that think that they can just show up when they want. And it's one of the benefits of being a pro haunt. You got a contract, you broke that contract, get out. And we cut the fat real quick around here because it's too important. The show is too important to have people that don't take it seriously. You know, our customers, they demand a certain level of entertainment. And if you ain't cutting it, you gotta go. And so by the end of the first week, 2 weeks, we've usually cut down 20 people, 25 people, or they've just simply left. No, We're real strict with our concept here, and that's the theater background in me. If you have a concept, that is your guiding light. You never ever turn away from your concept. So yes, we get people to come in and they say, I want to be, Michael Myers in this room. And we're like, no, we don't have a Michael Myers. We don't have a Jason. We don't have a Freddy Krueger. We don't have any of those people, because those are somebody else's stories. Those are somebody else's ideas. Here at Statesville, we want all of the ideas to be original creations. Sometimes what I will get, though, is I'll get a very, like my makeup department. It's what I love about my makeup department. I have a philosophy that everybody works. You don't just do makeup and then you're done for the night. So most of my makeup crew, they do makeup all day, and then they get in costume and makeup themselves and go out and scare. So I let them have liberty to come up with new characters, because they may be the makeup team, but they're also my designers. They're also breaking boundaries and finding new ways to do things. So I let them have a little fun with what they create. But otherwise, every single character in these haunted houses are designed and fixed way before any actor shows up. Well, the word stuck is what I'll talk about. Because yes, I don't ever want an actor to feel like they're stuck. Because if they feel stuck in a room, their performance is done. They're never gonna get higher than this. And I want them getting higher every single night. And one of the things I always say to my actors is, the show tonight better be better than the show last night. Because if we're not getting better every single day, we're failing. If we're not learning more, if we're not pushing more, if we're not digging deeper, then we're not doing our jobs. So if an actor comes to me and says, I need to get out of the clown room, it's driving me crazy, of course we're gonna work with that. We're gonna recast them, we're gonna move them somewhere else and help with that. I prefer to have people that can run the entire run, that can build stuff and create stuff and come up with new stuff every night in the same room. But absolutely, this is an actor's haunted house. This is an actor-driven haunted house. So we work with these people every minute of the day to try to, get the best out of them and also take care of them. You know, these are the people who are helping us make all the money, man. And it's like at the end of the day, the audience members are not going home going, wow, that texture on that wall is amazing. Or, ooh, that prop hanging from a chain was really great. You know, they're going home talking about a person that interacted with them. They're talking about an actor that they had a real life experience with. And that's what we're trying to nurture here. That's what we're trying to always develop and always build off of. So yeah, we work with the actors because we love the actors. We are the actors. We're in the costumes. We're in the rooms. We know what they're going through. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not just to encourage your audience to come back. We also, you know, as artists and craftsmen, we want to challenge ourselves. You know, why do we keep coming back? Why do we want to do it again next year? So what we do is every year we tear down at least 30% of the haunted house. This room is one of the new ones this year. And it's our goal to go out there and to go to haunt shows like Legendary Haunt Tour or Midwest Haunters or Haunt Con and see other haunted houses out there, to get inspired, to kind of open up your eyes to see a new way of doing something. And we take the classes. You know, we go to these shows and we learn from our peers. We take a great class with Ben Armstrong or Ed Terebus and we try to always up our game, to always find a new way to do these things. So the challenge on us is to tear down 30% of something that's already working and find a better way. You know, find a more aggressive way to scare, or to find a more interesting way to entertain our guests. So that's, you know, it's a challenge for us to always try to be better every year, and at the same time, it's what our customers love. You know, it's why we got such loyalty. Why they come back every year is because they know we're working all year long to make a better show.
How many of you guys good? Pick.
If you're starting out, wow, there's so much. If you're doing it for the money, don't do it. It's the rate of success when it comes to people just going in it for the cash, the hours you got to put into this, the love you have to put in this to make it work. This is truly something that works really well if you love doing it, if you love being part of this industry, and also if you do it well and you give it everything you got, there is such great potential to make money doing it. It is such a great form of entertainment, and it is an industry that is getting bigger every single year. And we're talking about $1 billion industry at this point. So if you love it and you want to get in, please by all means do. But do what I didn't get to do, because when I started, all these trade shows didn't exist. These classes didn't exist. These shows on the internet did not exist. So we were very much in the dark. Go to the trade shows for at least a year before you start. Take as many classes as you can. Watch all of these web series, webisodes, anything out there that you can. Study other haunted houses. Go to 30 haunted houses before you ever design yours, just to figure out what type of haunt you want. You know, do you want a rock show haunt, or maybe you want an old school haunted house? I mean, these are both great ideas. You know, really go out there and study it like you would study any other business before you got into it. No one just starts a restaurant without looking into the restaurant business first. And then once you do, create a profit and loss statement for the first year, for the first 3 years, for the first 5 years, and where do you want to be in 10 years? Treat it like the business that it is, and you'll have so much more fun. You'll have so much more fun when you're prepared. I'm John LaFlamboy from Zombie Army Productions, and we're at Statesville Haunted Prison. And for all the live sex for all of the haunted house industry news, updates, and insights, go to HauntersDigest.com.